Now
Two
we're
and
live.
We
Hey,
got this
Facebook.
now.
How
We
are
got the
you?
hang of it.
Coffee. Get your coffee. Get your day started right with Erica and I for our coffee conversations.
Or juice and conversations. Cheers.
Oh, you got your juice. Okay.
I'm juicing it today.
Okay. Yeah, right on. Got the juice. This is a good way to start the day. I like that.
Yeah, thanks.
I gotta get back in that.
Juicing?
Yeah, but I was doing this for like a month. I was starting my mornings off with this disgusting green,
Ugh.
this like green smoothie thing. It was really good for you, and I felt really good.
Yeah.
I'm doing the intermittent fasting now, so I can't start my day off doing that.
Right. You have to go with the black coffee.
I don't know. Like black coffee's good. So, which is if coffee was not okay for fasting, I wouldn't do fasting. So
you got to have the coffee.
I have to have. There's no way I can give up my coffee.
Yeah, I'm actually the same. I've already had a cup this morning, so hence why I moved to the juice.
Yeah. Okay. Right on. Cool.
Yeah.
You were mentioning before we got on about your So I have not yet met anybody who has had the whole toilet paper thing going on. I didn't know anybody who has actually run out of toilet paper until 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
Tell us.
My family, there are 5 of us in this house, and we are officially on our very last roll of toilet paper. And I have 2 kids, so yeah, it's a real situation. I actually didn't think this would happen to us either, and I don't know anyone that this has actually happened to. But yes, there is no more toilet paper at our shops here, even though we are supposed to only be buying 1 roll. We're out. We're out. We have literally 1 roll of toilet paper. I think we have 2 boxes of Kleenex left, and we might be resorting to baby wipes, but my husband has actually bought us a bidet or a butt washer, as my kids call it. Mom,
it's going to change your life.
I know you have a story about a bidet, so come on. You got to tell us the story about the bidet.
Hey, Bianca, hey, Jessica, everyone watching. So you're going to get to know me just a bit here. I was traveling in Japan back in 2011, I believe it was. And I had never seen a bidet before. Didn't know what it was. In America, we don't really have them.
We don't use those.
And so I'm in Japan, and I just got to my hotel, and I'm going to use the toilet. And everything's written in kanji on this toilet. There's a bunch of buttons that's written in kanji, so I don't understand any of this. And I'm like, oh, well, I said, what's this button, I guess? And so, because I wanted to flush the thing, right? And so I'm sitting there, and I press this button. I was like, maybe this will do it, right? I'm basically just sitting. So I'm sitting there, I press this button, and I hear this. And I was like, what the hell was that? Did it flush? And I'm getting ready to go look and see if it flushed, and all of a sudden, I had this sensation that just straight up, this water right into my butt. And I was like, oh my God. And it shocked me at first. And I'm going, oh my God, what is this? And I went, oh.
That is hysterical.
Like what? So that was my first experience with a bidet. And I've always wanted one since then. And
okay. So then here's my question for you. Do they actually work? So like I've seen them before, and I've traveled Europe, and I went through Africa where toilet paper is a commodity, right? So you like carry your own toilet paper in your backpack because no place has toilet paper. But I actually never found myself in a situation in all the places that I've been where I've had to like use a bidet. Do they really work?
Yeah, they work. My friend has one installed, and he's had it for a couple of years. And he's basically like, this is the moment I've been waiting for, like, yeah.
So they really do work. So they must what is it, to save toilet paper? Is that why he does it? Like trees?
I guess so. And I think it's supposed to be actually works better, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Okay,
I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert on washing your butt. I am an expert, however, on dreaming big, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So,
is that the hint? Is that the hint to move
that's
on?
That's the segue. I don't know. I wanted to tell you about the toilet paper, though. The locals here, we have a liquor store that I live across the street from, and they keep like toilet paper and eggs in the back for locals. So it's this weird kind of like drug deal that you're in. Like,
yeah.
Hey, do you got you got some of that toilet paper? And he's like, yeah, I got some in the back. Just wait till everybody leaves. And it's great. It's weird times right now.
I know. I don't get it. It's the weirdest thing. I don't understand why it's toilet paper. You know, it's not a bug that gives you like gastro problems. So I don't understand. I mean, tissues.
Make you poop yourself.
I know. This is the weirdest thing. So anyway, I will keep you posted, but we officially have a bidet. I believe it's installed. So I will let you know how it goes.
Yeah, definitely.
Dreaming big.
Let us know.
Dreaming big is like a full pantry full of toilet paper now. In my case,
that's your. There was this meme I saw. This older lady. She had a walker and she was surrounded by a bunch of toilet paper, and it says 2021, the year 2021, how your definition of rich is going to be, and all this toilet paper. So.
Yes. Forget the $1 million business. I dream big to have like fully stocked cupboards of toilet paper.
Yeah. Weird times, and I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I'm ready. I'm on the roller coaster, baby. I'm ready. I'm an observer of what's going on.
Totally.
So totally.
Ride the ride.
Yeah, definitely. I'm here for the memes too. Let me tell you.
Yeah, the memes. They're life-saving right now.
Yeah, defindefinitely. So how's everyone doing? Let us know where you're joining in from. Let us know. Good question to start the day. Do you have enough toilet paper?
Yeah. Do you have toilet paper? Is it just
do you have toilet paper? Where are you coming in from? Are you thinking about getting a bidet? Let us know what kind of coffee are you drinking. If you want to be notified the next time we do a coffee conversations, hit the bell icon on the top right corner of the screen. You'll be notified every time we go live. You don't want to miss these, clearly. So with that said, we wanted to talk about why now is the right time, the perfect time, to really reflect on and ponder what a dream future life would look like. As coaches, one of the things that we are experts at is helping people play in the sandbox of dreaming big. We help people dream beyond limits and practice no limit thinking. And so that's what we're here to kind of give you a little glimpse behind the curtain of what a powerful coaching conversation might look like, and how we might help our clients really dream big and play a big mental game and really get excited about stepping into that. So how does that sound?
So good. So good. Cool. Which I think is like the perfect conversation for today. I think, oh God, I shouldn't even be using tissues to wipe my nose. I need to save this. Like, what am I doing? Oh my God, it's like precious. I know. Yeah, coronavirus problems, right? I think it's like the perfect time right now. So many people are at home, and so many people are finding themselves in situations where they're being, not only do they have time to actually, like you said, ponder and reflect on life, because we are so engaged and we live such busy lives and we keep ourselves busy every single second of the day. And now we're finding ourselves with all these extra moments, like here and there. And I know a lot of people are still working and trying to juggle kids, and that's a whole different situation. I'm actually doing the same, but in reality, it still is a much slower paced life that we're living, because we can't be distracting ourselves with everything that's going on out here. We're really being forced to look at what's going on in here and in here. And so many of my clients and people are coming to me, and even in my courses, they're like, I have so much time now to really think about what is working in my life and what isn't working in my life, and what do I actually want my life to be. And I'm already finding people are saying that they don't want to go back to how they were living before. I'm already finding that, but they don't know what they're stepping into over here.
Yeah, you seem like the potential of the possibility of, hey man, I don't have to go to that job that I really don't like going to right now. And it kind of feels pretty good, right? Yep. You're getting a glimpse of what it could be like.
Yep.
I think a lot of people are getting a glimpse of what's not serving them, or what wasn't serving them in their life before. And that's exciting.
Yeah.
As coaches, and one of the practices that I help, not practices, I guess, one of the methodologies that I use as a coach when I'm working with a client. Well, let's take it a step back. So we're identifying more and more what we don't want. in life. Maybe it's the job that's not serving us. Maybe we're social distancing from certain people that we don't want in our lives, and we're kind of realizing like, wow, I'm feeling so much lighter. Whatever that is, maybe you're recognizing what you don't want in your life. I don't want you to stop there. I want you to kind of start thinking like what you could have in your life that would make your life more rich.
Yeah.
So as a coach, what we do is we help people really play in that sandbox. Dreaming big is such an important aspect and an important part of creating a life you love. There's a great quote by the Stoic philosopher Seneca: if we know not which port we're sailing, no wind is favorable. We have to know where we're going. We have to know what we want out of life. And as a coach, when I'm talking to people and I might ask a very simple question: what do you want? What I'm listening for and what I'm trying to draw out of you is not what you want based on probability.
Yes.
Because most people base their life decisions on probability. What could happen? What is most likely to happen? What's the safe bet? And as a result of playing life in the realm of probability, we tend to suffer this kind of subtle stagnation or spiritual and emotional demise. What I'm looking for and what I want to draw out of you as a coach is I want you to play and dream in the realm of possibility. Okay, so what's possible? What could happen? What would I really like to happen? And I'm gonna even stretch you a lot of the time to dream in the realm of impossibility. So I might ask you a question like, oh, I mean, I know it's impossible, but I mean, hypothetically, if you could do anything, what would it be? And then you're really starting to get to the magic of your soul. Your soul's really starting to speak. Oh, I'd travel the world and I'd start this business and I'd create this nonprofit and I would do these things and I'd have more time to go climb mountains and I'd skydive and I'd do all these amazing things and then I'd do these things with my wife or my husband, and that's when we're playing. Because when you're dreaming in the realm of impossibility, we're getting clues onto what that spiritual fulfillment looks like. So what a perfect time to dream, not in the realm of probability, not even in the realm of possibility, but to stretch you up a notch and say, if I were to dream in the realm of impossibility, what would I dream? Write it down, dream big, practice no limit thinking. Ask yourself, if I knew I couldn't fail, what would I do? If my happiness paid all my bills, what would I do? Dream in that realm. Sacred, man. You don't have to actually do it right now. You're just dreaming. You're thinking about it. You're playing on paper. But in that is going to offer you some serious clues into what that fulfillment looks like. What a life you don't need a vacation from looks like. Sadie, Patrick, Brooks, my man, how you doing? Morgan, Ashlyn, how is everybody doing today? Does that make sense? Is that resonating with anybody?
I love that.
Is that resonating?
Fill us in on where you're at and what you're thinking. And I think to kind of take that one step further, the impossible actually isn't impossible. And
right.
I love being able to create my life. And I've seen so many times in my life when something felt impossible. And what I did was I made it possible by, like you said, first starting to dream it and then starting to just take tiny actions towards it, And I think one of the biggest things is so many of us also get really trapped in this space of, well, here's who I have always been, or here's who my family is, or here's what I've always done. And they forget that they actually have this whole playing field over here that they can make anything they want it to be. Your future does not have to equal your past in any way, shape, or form. And we have the capacity and the capability to reinvent ourselves and our lives at any given time. And so when people ask me, or people say to me all the time, oh, Erica, you're so lucky that you went traveling for a year, or Erica, you're so lucky that you've been to 50 different countries, or Erica, you're so lucky that you went backpacking around Europe after you graduated from college. And oh, Erica, you're so lucky that you lived in Australia. And oh, Erica, you're so lucky that you had this amazing business. Luck has nothing to freaking do with it. Nothing. I had a dream. I dreamed the impossible over and over and over again. And I fucking made it happen. Right. I don't know if you can swear live on Facebook. Sorry if I just did, but I actually like made these things happen in my life by
Can you swear live?
I don't know.
I'm gonna give you love hearts right here.
Are we?
Thanks, man. Video, right? Just thanks. For you.
Yeah. Cool. So the impossible isn't actually impossible, and we are in 100% control of the life that we actually want to live, and being able to do the amazing, exceptional, extraordinary things that you want to achieve in your life comes from starting by dreaming that, and then knowing that it's possible, and that you have the power within here to make it happen. Nobody else, but you have the power in here to make that happen in your life. There's no luck about it. I'm not lucky. I just make shit happen.
Right. I was having a Guinness in Ireland on St. Patrick's Day, and this guy next to me, we were talking about the luck of the Irish. I don't know. We were both pretty buzzed.
Can you do an Irish? Can you do an Irish accent? Can you tell us the story in an Irish accent?
I only know how to say Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah. So I was and I remember the first bartender I had there. It was this old man, and it was the greatest thing. And I've always wanted a Guinness in Ireland, and I ordered this Guinness, and the bartender was like, he was pouring the Guinness, and in Ireland it takes like 3 minutes to pour one.
Yes.
And he was doing this old guy, my first bartender, and he was like, I'm like, this is Ireland, this is great. Anyway, this guy at the bar in Ireland, he said, the luck of the Irish, whatever. And he goes, I'm not going to do an Irish accent. He goes, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And that always stuck with me. That always stuck with me. And, it's not about working. I think a lot of us, we kind of miss that foundational first step in dreaming big.
Yeah.
You gotta do that. That's the most important. Well, one of the most, they're all equally important, but so important and so understated is the figuring out where you want to go.
Because then you're being intentional instead of reacting, right? Like you're not reacting to your life circumstances anymore. You're being intentional about where you're going.
So this is the old quote: if I know not which port I'm sailing, no wind is favorable. Here's the thing: if I know where I'm going, I know where the proverbial treasure is on the map, right? Now, if I'm sailing, I can encounter winds, right? And I can encounter like a maelstrom or waves and things like that. But if I know where I'm going, I can traverse them and navigate them. If I don't know where I'm going,
totally,
the current might take me somewhere where I don't belong, somewhere where I don't want to go.
Yep.
So yes, you're going to encounter challenges. It's not a, it's not a cruise ship. It's something that you got to sail the ship.
Yeah.
But you got to take that step into dreaming big. There's another quote: if I aim for the moon, even if you miss, you're still amongst the stars. Figure out where you want to go. Here's basically how I look at creating a life you love. You got to dream big. You got to build the map, and you got to start small. Right? Take that one step. Take that one step. That first step. But the first element is dreaming big. Right? As a coach in a coaching setting, we spend a lot of time on that dream. What else?
Yeah, going in detail.
If you can have that, what would that be? Yeah, and you get fired up, get into that detail, and then you get excited about it. And that facilitates so much motivation and inspiration into living into that dream. And that's where you can get really excited, because it's easy to lose motivation if you're not exactly clear on that. So dream big, swing through the fences, swing beyond the fences. It's the bottom of the 9th inning, Game 7 of the World Series. You're going to hit a grand slam to win the game. Hit that grand slam. What does that look like? Right? And play into that. Get excited by it. Get pumped. And what you're going to start to realize is what was once seemed impossible, all of a sudden becomes very possible. And then after a while, that possible ends up turning into probable, all because you had the courage to dream big in the first place.
Love it.
The ship is not made to be in the harbor. It needs to be out in the wild ocean, just like you, just like everybody watching. That's what we're here for. All right, we get one shot at this life. That's it. Might as well dream big. Have we talked about lucid dreaming on the coffee conversations yet? Or was that a
We've
podcast I was on this weekend?
not talked about lucid dreaming. I actually just read, I'm reading, have you guys read the book, The Untethered Soul? Have you read that book?
Yes, that's my girlfriend's favorite book.
I know, I freaking love it. I'm reading it for like the third time over. And I just read the chapter about lucid dreaming last night. So interesting. You just brought that up. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, interesting. I haven't actually read, she told me enough about it, but maybe I should actually get down to reading it.
Yeah,
But
you should read it.
I've read a few books on lucid dreaming. I do practice lucid dreaming. And so life, actually, this is my wallpaper on my phone, if you can see it real quick. I'll show you my wallpaper on my phone. See, it was all a dream. Okay, so that's a reminder for me every day that at the end of my life, this life that I've lived will seem like nothing more than a passing memory. Why not live it as if I were in a dream? Because at the end of the day, that's all it's really going to be, right? So when we lucid dream, what lucid dreaming is essentially the art and practice of recognizing that I'm dreaming. Literally, I'm not using metaphors here. I'm sleeping, I'm recognizing I'm dreaming. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in a dream. I can do whatever I want. So,
which is really cool when you like kind of get the hang of it. It's pretty freaking awesome. I like ride unicorns on rainbows and shit.
Yeah, it's totally life changing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's totally transformative. There was a lucid dream that I had that actually changed my life.
Yeah.
I've never told, maybe I haven't said it on any of these lives, but it bears repeating. I recognize I was in a lucid dream. This will change your life if you do it. And there's a great book called Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming by a man named Stephen LaBerge, who talks about, this is Tibetan dream yoga, essentially. It's getting into your subconscious and understanding how you tick and, what things mean to you. Anyway, I recognized I was dreaming. I started flying. I said, where am I going to fly to? This is amazing. There's this epic orchestral music, and I was flying over this landscape, and I go, I'm going to fly to the edge of the universe. And I flew past all these planets, and it was just the most gorgeous thing. And eventually I come to this green cloud at the end of the universe, and this woman came out. And I asked her, hey, what is the meaning to life? And she answered, and I'm not going to tell you what she said, because I want you to go find out for yourself and get into lucid dreaming, because my answer might be different to your answer. But what she said to me, I woke up from that dream, and I completely changed the way I showed up in the world. Totally. Completely changed everything about my world. Because what that really was, we can, on a scientific neurological level, what that was my subconscious already had the answers. Right. It knew. And that was it coming to the forefront. Just like a coach. Right. We know that you have the answers, and we draw that out of you. And so that changed my life. Anyway, when I'm in a lucid, it goes back to the point of us bringing this up. When we're in a lucid dream, the world is our oyster. We can do anything we want. We can go fly. We can ride magic unicorns on rainbows. We can travel the world. We can surf exotic waves. We can go dive into the ocean without having to breathe. Whatever we want to do, right? There's no rules. I don't have to play it safe. There's no kind of a repercussions of
no, that is anything, right? Simply fear and conditioning of society and how we were brought up and raised. And when you're thinking of dreaming, oh, but I could never, or oh, but that's too, or oh, right. I shouldn't. That is not your heart and soul. That is conditioning from society, right? Or even it's your ego trying to keep you small.
That's my point. Exactly right. So when we're in the dream, I wouldn't say, oh man, I want to do this, but I don't know what's going to happen if I do that, right? And that sometimes does happen in a lucid dream, and then we'll wake up and we go like, why the hell did I let fear get in the way? How silly of me to let fear get in the way of doing that thing in the dream. Yeah. Point being, at the end of our days, life will seem to be nothing more. Yeah. It's a fading memory. We say, why did I let fear dictate my decisions in life? Yeah. Oh, what could have been? Well, I could have done that. Why did I waste my years allowing that to happen? Yep. So we dream big, and we cultivate the courage to live into that. Julian, my buddy, how are you, man? Good to see you here. So, case in point.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go.
That's it. Case in point. That's it.
Case in point. Case in point. And I think the last thing, like I've been around all three of my grandparents recently who've been passing away, and I just look at them, and I know that when you're in that space and you're really contemplating your life, one of them last year, the year before, I got to spend a lot of time with him leading up to his death and watching him really contemplate his life and feeling like, he really did live and he took chances and he did take the risks, and the regrets that, he did have were not doing the things that he wanted to do because he was afraid, not doing the things that he wanted to do because it seemed too far fetched. It seemed too far out there. And I know for a fact that like, I do not want to get to the end of my life and look back and say, damn, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done that. And I think that's why coaches are so powerful, because we as human beings are designed to keep ourselves safe. And so we can really only think about, like you said, and dream as far as we allow ourselves to do that. And a coach will really help push you further and allow you to dream the impossible, right? And so maybe something to wrap up with. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Travis.
That's it. No, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say maybe something to wrap up with.
I'm just really caffeinated, so I'm getting excited about what you're saying. That's all.
You got to switch to the juice. That's just kidding. But I think something that tangibly you guys can do, and I know Travis and I both have our clients do this, is a dream. Write your dream out, and not just in one area of your life, but I like 3 years. I've played around with 1 year and 5 years, and I think 3 years is a really awesome balance.
Me too. That's what I do.
Yeah, 3 years is perfect because you can actually make it happen, and it's not too far out where it feels too far away. Write your 3-year dream. What do you want? What do you want to be doing in 3 years? What do you want to be in your own business? How much money do you want to be earning? Where do you want to be living? What vacations do you want to be taking? What do you want to be eating every day? What do you want to be? How do you want your day to look like? Do you want to be waking up and surfing, or do you want to be snowboarding and skiing on Fridays? Do you want to be working part-time so you can be with your kids? What kind of a house do you want to be living in? What kind of car do you want to be driving, right? Like, allow yourself to dream big and write your dream out in detail in 3 years time. Print it, type it up in a document, print it out, write it in a journal, read that every single day. And within 18 months, I guarantee you, 18 months, the majority of what you have on your 3-year dream will be a reality. Totally. Without a doubt. I see it with my clients all the time and with myself as well.
All the time. My own life, your life. I remember this happening with you.
Yes, exactly. It was 18 months and it's like, oh my God, my 3 years, it's all here. All of it.
It's there. And then it happens in such a way that it's like, oh my God, like you kind of, it becomes the normal almost, because it is an incremental process. And it's so important to have that written down. It's like, oh, I wanted that in 3 years, and it happened in 18 months or a year. It's like, wow, okay, cool. Like, this is what I dreamed of. Now what else is possible?
Exactly. That's how you make the big dreams come true.
Liz asked you a question. Are you seeing it?
No, I don't have my phone open.
Okay. So she says, I'll just read it for you.
Yeah, thanks. Hi.
It's interesting that I was going to message you and ask if I can do anything in preparation before I start my sessions. Now, I know it's time to write dreams for the next 3 years.
Heck yes, Liz. Amazing, babe.
Let's play in a framework. Can I
go.
encourage, when you're creating the dream, yes, no limit thinking. Act as if you couldn't fail, or write as if you couldn't fail. Write as if your happiness was paying the bills. What would you be doing? Now, what I like to do with my clients is, when you're writing this out, write your dreams in the 3 Ps. Okay, I call them the 3 Ps. Positive. So let's use, everybody kind of wants to get in shape, I guess, most people. So we'll just use that as a basic foundation. Positive. So I want to lose weight is a boring goal. It's not a positive goal. It's a negative goal.
Yeah.
So to make it more inspiring and to motivate yourself more to do it, we say, I'm going to be in shape. You see, something very simple like that. We're speaking the world
fit
differently.
Or strong, or be able to like hike those 14ers, or
Get pumped about, I don't want to be broke. It's like lame goal. I want to be super stupid wealthy. Hell yeah, right? Positive. The second one is present. So instead of I want to be fit,
I will be.
I am. No, I am.
Yes,
am.
I
So you're
am.
writing it out in present tense, and that's sending subconscious thought to your brain that it's happening. So what that does is it informs your actions. So it's not a question of someday anymore, or eventually I'll do the action. It's I am fit, therefore I'm going to put in the action. And again, I'm using fitness as a framework to play in. Positive, present, and then the third one is so important, it's precise. So like you were saying, like I am fit is great, but I am 12% body fat, 6-pack abs, a good, delicious booty, right? Whatever that is, right?
Oh yeah, gotta have that booty.
Super precise, right? And it gets so precise on it that it motivates the hell out of you, because what happens also is if we're not precise enough, we might stop before we're truly at where we want to be. So positive, present, and precise when you're writing out that 3-year vision. That's something I always work with clients on doing, and really stepping into that.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then play with the big picture too. Get the whole life circumstance, not just the business, not just the money, not just the booty, not just the, not just that. It's everything. Like, I think of like the life wheel, like mind, how do I want to be mentally, body, relationships, career, and travel, whatever, and figuring that out and stepping into that, writing it out and playing with that, man, just having fun in the sandbox. That's all you're doing. So there you go. Any last words?
Any last words? I don't think so. My last no, I will wrap up with something totally not relevant. So if you have, I think this is amazing. I think this is the best time that we can possibly be turning inwards right now. We have the time, we have the space. We're being called by like the freaking universe to do this work right now. So what do you want to leave behind? What we are at like a pivotal turning point right now in humanity, in the like spirituality, in our own personal lives. Like we can leave the past behind. Like we are being given every opportunity to leave the past behind and create what we want to create. And this is the time to do the work. You have a freaking open window, an open door. And like, I'm walking through it. Travis is walking through it. We're all walking through it. Dream big and see what's possible, because the impossible is not impossible in any way, shape, or form. It only is if you think it is.
That's right. And then I'm going to challenge you to test. We're going to challenge you to test that impossible by laying it out there, and then start to live into it piece by piece, step by step. Because again, you're going to see that the impossible will eventually start to become possible, and then eventually probable, and then it's going to be your reality. Don't take our word for it, right? Try it, and then come back and say, "Oh shit, they were right." Right?
Amazing. So should we wrap up this conversation how we started this conversation? The whole no toilet paper thing, y'all. I'm sitting here wiping my nose with a tissue, and I'm actually like, this is the reality of my situation right now. I'm thinking, do I need to take this into the bathroom and like reuse this as toilet paper after just using it as tissue?
You got to get that bidet.
Oh, this is reality.
Yeah, you gotta get that bidet, babe.
We do. We've got it. I'll Instagram story like the hookup of the bidet, and I'll tell you how it goes.
All right. Yeah, let me know, because I might want to get one too. Honestly,
I'll let you know.
That was my insight from today's conversation, is that I want a bidet.
All right, I've got one. I'll show you. We've got such a nice one now that it needed to be registered apparently. So we've actually registered our bidet as well.
Oh my
Take
God.
that.
Really?
I know.
Talk about dreaming big.
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
Amazing. I hope everyone has a beautiful Friday and an incredible weekend. And Travis and I are going to do having conversation at least once a week together. So we'll hopefully, what day do you want to do it, Travis? Do you want to do like Tuesdays or Wednesdays together, or?
Why don't we do a little poll? I don't know. I don't know yet.
What day
think
works?
about it. Or if you guys have any suggestions, what day works for us. We pretty much create our own schedules. So we're pretty flexible. So that's pretty cool. That was my big dream. Oh, I can only create my own schedule.
Oh,
no, that'll never happen. Here we are. So
here we are. All right.
If you want to be notified though about that, if we are going to go live once a week, hit the bell icon on the top right corner. You will be notified every time Eric and I go live for coffee conversations. And
All right.
we'll see you in the next one.
Mwah.
Bye, legend.
Bye.